Hello, everybody. Good evening. Rose here. Tonight, I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Kuwait. I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong. Majboos. Did I say that right? Her live that she did with Salah. Salah doesn't appear in the video all the way through. It's about the halfway point, so that's where I am starting at. But I've already peeked at it, and she did a live for the first time in Kuwait. And I knew that she would have to do a live at some point because the short videos that she's been putting out just aren't cutting it as far as making money. I've been saying for a while that every day that she's in Kuwait, she's losing money because she can't live stream a lot, which means she can't get the super chats, she can't get the membership signups. So does she have the money to stay in Kuwait and not live stream? I don't think so. She's got to be very careful because the longer she stays there, the less money she's going to have when she comes home. But she finally went live, and a lot of people were sending super chats, although a lot of them were trolling. And a lot of people were asking her just curious questions, and she was snippy and defensive. So, I mean, she is just boiling and ready to rage and holding it all in because Salah is right there next to her. If he weren't there, she'd be going completely all the way off. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see and hear everything as I do. So there's Foodie. And again, we're starting at the halfway point because this live that she did was 2.5 hours long, and I don't want my react to be 3 to 4 hours long. So let's get to, shall we?
It's not that tight. Yeah, it fits okay.
No, it doesn't. That ring is cutting off your circulation, Foodie. That ring is entirely too small. I don't know if you bought the ring or if he bought the ring, but whoever bought it did not get the correct size. Anybody looking at your finger would tell you to take that ring off because it looks very uncomfortable.
We have what is
By the way, the reception where she's at is spotty, so it's going to look pixelated here and there.
it called? Salah? It's a toque?
Souk.
Like where we get the silver and stuff?
It's referred for the market.
Okay.
Yes.
The souk is a market.
Mm.
And they have so much gold here, oh my god. And the gold is different. It's like almost like soft or something. It's like really pure. Oh, Tracy. I didn't ask for everyone else, just for myself. No, it's just gold and silver traditionally for the wedding rings. So, very nice.
By the way, Chantal, I'm curious, what does Salah think of every video that you do, every live that you do, you're always eating something? How does he feel about that? I mean, I don't get feeder vibes off this dude. Because if he were a feeder, he would be like feeding you tons of fast food. Yes, you did go to Burger King, but I noticed that you got a chicken sandwich, which is not your norm. So I don't think he's into fast food. I don't think he's a feeder. I think he's just giving you some fast food because that's what you're asking for. And that way you're not raging. But I don't think he's a feeder. But what does he think about every time he turns around, you're putting food in your mouth?
I mean, maybe in the future. Pretty little plus size princess. Do you feel free to be yourself? Do you have freedom? Yeah. Of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Any changes that I've been like wanting to do, like I've been wanting to make changes. Like you guys have known, like I didn't seem happy, right, in my room all the time, just like wasting my life away. I feel like I have a lot more meaning and more purpose, and I feel like now I have someone to
You know, Chantal, as far as you being in your room and doing the edibles and getting drunk and being wasted, whose choice was that? Nobody forced you to have that life. That was the life you wanted because you could have gotten out of your room and done anything you wanted at any time. You chose that life. You come on camera and say, I like doing drugs. I like doing edibles. I like smoking the green. You liked all of that stuff, so you did it. And now you're saying, oh, I was so miserable. I don't doubt that you're right. I'm sure you were miserable, but you were so happy in your misery that you were continuing with your misery. And if you think that by being around this person, Salah, that's going to completely change you, I don't think so. I think you're putting on an act in front of Salah. Maybe the time that you spent around Nader and watching Didi with Nader and seeing how Didi was very modest and very submissive, you thought to yourself, if I want a man, this is how I have to behave. I have to be more modest. I have to be more submissive. And if I do all that, I'll get a man. Maybe your plan worked. Maybe you got a man. Maybe this marriage is a sham. But the big question is, can you keep that man? Because from everything that all of us have seen, the reactors, the viewers, he's not into you at all. The body language, the way he looks at you, the fact that you guys just don't seem to have that kind of couple energy, he's not into you. He's into himself. He's married to somebody, but it ain't you. He's married to himself. He's married to his ego. He doesn't give one lick about you. You are just a stepping stone to whatever it is he's reaching for. And once he's through stepping on you, he's going to leave you behind. But you know what? I love that for you, especially after tonight on this stream. And you said on stream that you talked to Peetz and you told him that you're going to be moving on, which I think is a good thing. I think Peetz needs to make his own way, but I think the way you went about it was just all wrong. But I'm not surprised because you don't strike me as a person that if you have something important to say, that you'll say it in person. You're the person that you're going to break somebody's heart and hurt somebody over the phone or through a text message because you're too much of a coward to do it eye to eye, face to face. So I think all this time, my opinion, that you kept Peetz in the dark about what was going on. And then once you got to Kuwait, that's when you dropped the bomb on him. Hey, when I come home, you got to move out. You know, I think all this time he thought that everything's okay. This is just an act. And you dropped the bomb on him. Although I will say to anybody watching this video, skeptical owl over here is skeptical. I look at it through two minds. If either this is real and she's really interested in Salah and she's going all in, and she really did drop the bomb on Peetz, or it could be a scam, a very well planned out scam between her and Peetz. Like, hey, I'm going to go to Kuwait and I'm going to act like you're going to be out on your tail and people are going to feel sorry for you and they're going to send you money and you're going to make a bunch of money. I mean, I have to look at it that way just because of who she is and her past history. So those are just my thoughts. Let's keep going.
To go through life with, like, it on a 50-50 level and not, like, you know what I mean? Just, I'm very happy. And you guys really don't have to worry about me anymore. Like, yeah, I know you guys always will, but.
So if you're really happy, why are you raging in your community post? I mean, you're over there writing many novels in your community post. It does not sound like somebody who's happy, Chantal. It sounds like somebody who is frustrated and angry, and they're venting out their frustration on strangers rather than the people who are making them angry.
Thank you.
You know, it's amazing to me. She's in Kuwait. And before she got to Kuwait, what was her content? Her sitting in her room and eating. I think I can speak for everybody or a lot of people, Chantal, by saying everybody's tired of you doing live streams where you do nothing but eat. We don't want to see you eat. We're tired of seeing you do live streams, and most of the live stream, you're stuffing something in your mouth. How about sitting down with a live stream and no food, just talking to people, paying full attention to your audience, but no food involved. Why does food have to be involved? Nobody likes to watch you eat.
So funny, open, just wondering. I still want to be funny or laugh, but open in different ways. I think just more focusing my content more on content-based stuff, like doing things, like maybe beezing in different locations. Like maybe I could take you guys buy a beezing, or it's not going to change that much. It's just I'm just dressed different. I'm not addicted to anything.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Ma'am, in the past, you use that language of being in recovery and relapsing, which I find offensive because it's a slap in the face to those who have gone through addiction, they put in the work, they went to therapy, and they're in recovery. It doesn't matter if you're in recovery or not, you're still an addict. So you cannot say, I am no longer addicted to anything. You certainly are. Once an addict, always an addict. The only difference is, are you an addict in recovery or not? And you can't even say that you're in true recovery right now because you're in Kuwait and you don't have access to the things that you normally do. You can't even say I'm in recovery because I have access to those things and I'm not doing them. By choice, I'm not doing them. No, you're just not doing them because they're not there and you don't have access to them. But either way, you're still an addict. You'll always be an addict. I had a problem with food. I'll always have a problem with food. I've been in recovery with it for a long time, but I'm still a food addict. You see how that works?
And beezers are the best. Yes. No, Sofa, why? Like, why do you have to disrespect my husband? He hasn't been disrespectful to you. He hasn't done anything to disrespect anybody. He's been very friendly. Why would I leave him out of my channel? Do you think he'll keep memberships? Yeah, for sure. I won't do live streams open. Like, there'll always be membership live streams as long as I have members.
That's because she hates open chat. And you know what's mind-blowing to me? Chantal still doesn't get it. She hates on the reaction channels. She calls us vultures. She says, why don't you make your own content? I think she hates the reaction channels because the reaction channels get a shit ton more engagement and more people in their live chats, and they get really great views. And she's over there on her channel, and what does she have to do for views? Eat, show the private parts of her body, act gross, be offensive. The reaction channels can make their money without doing any of that. But she still doesn't get it. Chantal, do you know why the reaction channels are so popular? A, because they're entertaining. They make a point to entertain their audiences. They're funny, they're entertaining, they're creative. They're always looking for ways to make your content creative. B, because when they do live chats, anybody can talk. Anybody. Notice that the reaction channels, the live chats are not members only. You're the only idiot that has a live chat that you lock it down to members only. You put all of the conversation behind a paywall, and I know you think you're smart by doing that. You think by locking down the chat and making it VIP access only, you think that you're smart because you think you're forcing people to pay money to talk to you, and therefore they will. Well, some may and some may not. And the ones that go to your channel and they don't want to be forced to pay to talk to you, they don't want to pay the $5, they're going to look at your chat and go, well, I'm not paying that money. I'm going to go to the reaction channels because I can watch you on their channel and I can say whatever I want and the comments aren't turned off. By turning off the comments, by locking down your chat and putting it behind a paywall, you're hurting your own money. So if you're over there jealous about the reaction channels and the money they make, understand that you're the one damaging your own money. It's not us. We're not taking money out of your pocket. You're taking money out of your own pocket each and every time that you do a VIB chat.
That's pretty much it. Like, I will start doing more live streams again, but probably just like in different locations, different scenarios, different things. I don't know. So that was mean. Yeah, it was mean. Like, why? There's no reason. Maybe you're make merch can't be your queen either. My purse looks cute. This one? It's a bag. Okay, I just need to get a drink. I'll be right back. Ooh. That's all I have to say. Okay. You guys are allowed to ask questions, but I'm not going to be answering like invasive questions, and also.
And you know what? She says, I'm not going to be answering invasive questions, but she doesn't specify what she considers invasive. And people in her chat are simply asking normal questions that you would ask somebody when you're curious about them. Like, hey, what does your husband do for a living? You know, like that's just something you'd ask somebody when you're curious. Like, what do you do for a living? Or what does your husband do? Like, what's his job? These are not invasive questions. These are just normal questions. But Chantal is saying, I'm not answering invasive questions, but she's not specifying what she would consider to be invasive. So I think if we read between the lines, any question that somebody's asking her where she would have to give specifics and then she might end up getting busted for lying, she's not going to answer.
Yeah, like in regards to insulting my husband, no, I don't appreciate that. So, yeah, like he did nothing to deserve disrespect, basically. So,
so here's Sofa King, and no, I don't have love for you, Sofa King. I still think you're a creep. Sofa King is saying Salah has been ignoring me and telling me to be patient over questions where I'm trying to understand him and his motives. He's been here less than a month and respect isn't just given away by me. Well, you know what? Those of you in Chantal's chat, let me straighten out your heads for a minute. I understand that Chantal is guilty of oversharing. And because of her oversharing, a lot of you may be thinking that you're friends to Chantal. You think that she actually gives a shit about you. Let me just straighten out your heads and tell you, you're nothing but dollar bills to her. You're just purses and pocketbooks for her. You're wallets to her. They're containing money, and you give her your money. She doesn't care about you. There's not a single person in the chat that she thinks of as a true friend. And if you want to know how Chantal treats a true friend, look at the way she's treated her friend Shannon. Look at the way she treats Peetz, and she's known him for 17 years. There you go. So if she treats people in her personal life like that, actual real people that she knows and she's talked to, do you think she gives a shit about anybody in her chat? Do you think she really cares? She doesn't. But she has overshared in the past and given the impression that maybe that some of you matter to her. None of you matter. Chantal is very selfish, and she's selfish-hearted. She cares only about what she wants. And every single person, including those three of you that are unholy trinity, you're all disposable to her. You're all disposable. You know, so she doesn't feel bad if she has Salah as her only mod and one of her long-standing mods is not getting along with that person. She could give a shit less. She doesn't care. All she cares about is I got this hot guy next to me, and that matters more than anything. And the amount of time that anybody has spent in her chat, it doesn't matter. She's focused on Salah now. And those of you in her chat, you're just purses and pocketbooks and wallets to her. That's it.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, but you're asking invasive questions. You're asking questions like, when are you coming to Canada? What do you do for a living? Like stuff that we don't want to talk about. Like you should know that. you see, Sofa, the crap people give me online. So I'm purposely trying to be respectful of our relationship and not be open. Shit, Georgia Peach, glad to see you happy. Thank you, Georgia Peach. Great readings.
So Sofa King says, I'm just trying to understand his motives. I think we all are. We're all trying to figure this out. And we're all of the same mind. This guy is a player. He's a smooth talking player, where Natter was rude and crude and vulgar and would engage with Foodie in screaming matches and play into her drama. This guy Salah, he's keeping his cards close to his chest. You know, I feel that he's going to be much more subtle than Natter ever was. He's going to play Foodie for as long as he can get whatever he can out of her, and then he's going to leave her high and dry. But he knows he's got to play the game in order to get the big reward. I think that's his motive. Get what he can out of Foodie, and then leave her in the dust. And you know what? I love that for her. She deserves it.
His motives are he loves me, and that's, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Too much for the rocket.
Yes. Amelia, questions are invasive. I feel they're invasive. Like asking where my husband works, that's invasive. You know?
Actually, I'm working on the moon.
You're working on the moon.
I built rockets and
Yeah.
spaceship. Okay, and then I travel there.
Yeah. No, I.
You hear me?
Yeah. You're on the moon. He's an astronaut and he works for NASA. But yeah, like I understand that you guys need time too, and you've been through.
You know, when people ask questions like that, she could have answered in kind of a vague way without giving away specific details. Like she could say he works in sales, or he works building things. You know, that would have been an answer, and that would have still kept things private.
Really, really bad experience. I understand that, but it's not the same, you know. I know, but even that, so like people will find out, you know, like people could easily find out just on little bits of information. Salah and you are adorable. I love how he just goes with you. The under the sea moment was cute. Thank you, cheesy poo. Yeah. Like I don't want drama. I understand like you guys are just have mixed emotions and are just like I said, you know, and you just want to make sure I'm okay and you're overprotective of me. I get that, and I can't hate you.
And that's something that Chantal likes. She likes for people to worry about her. She wants people to worry about her and be concerned for her welfare. She likes to play on people's emotions and their feelings. She likes being the center of attention. So this whole situation with Salah, those people that are in her chat, they worry about her. Like, is this guy okay? Is he dangerous? Is something going to happen to you? She's loving it. She's loving the fact that people are worried for her because of this unusual situation that she's put herself in. She loves it.
For that, I just ask that you just be respectful because, like I said, so far there's been no reason to feel otherwise, you know? I'm not trusting of anyone. Well, we can't let that situation sour everything, you know what I mean? At the same time, like, that was a unique situation. You know what I mean? So, yes. let's just be positive. I would really appreciate that. You know, I still love all you guys, Sofa, everybody. Let's just be all super positive for now. And yeah. 93, I know. Yeah, they FaceTime with Salah. Video chatted with him, Quinn. You don't have to trust Sofa, but just be respectful is all I ask. Please. Ask him what he does for a living, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it would be a normal question for if it wasn't directed at somebody involved in Foodie Beauty's life, but people are very, very, very invasive in my personal space. So any details regarding any
Not Foodie talking about other people being invasive into her personal space. When she makes a point to go on other people's channels and in their comment sections and leaving nasty comments, like she did with Just Breezin', like she does with Perfectly Imperfect. Not Foodie talking about how important personal space is when she's constantly wandering around in everybody else's whenever she feels like it. But let's lock down the comments so nobody can make a comment, right, Foodie?
anything personal right now, I'm keeping off the radar. No, Blum Kid, you are not. Oh, did you want to have a seat? I'll put my food away. I'm gonna save this for later. Do we have a garbage truck? Can you just get the garbage truck? Oh yes, thank you. Can you answer that? Like, how would you say it's more expensive here? It's 8, so that's cheaper than Canada.
Okay, so now we're getting into the part where Salah is sitting next to her. And again, it's not what you see, it's what you don't see that's telling. And I watched quite a bit of this live stream, and I'll save you guys the headache. Throughout this live stream, Salah was just very checked out. Like look at his body language right now. He's not even looking at Foodie. He could be looking at her lovingly. Throughout the live stream, he did make a point to try and talk to her. He spent the majority of the live stream leaned all the way back on the couch looking at his phone.
In Canada, that would be like about $17. Acorn, you are awesome, Salah.
And whenever I watching this, I'm getting some flashback vibes of when she and Natter would come on camera, and she would have her face all in the camera, and she would look over at Natter repeatedly trying to get him engaged in the live stream, and he just wasn't interested. I'm getting the same feeling off of Salah. Like he's just letting her do her thing, but he is not interested in being a part of it.
Thank you very much.
No, Quinn, and that will never happen. And discuss what?
He's looking at his
For
phone.
bullying me for years? My nervous face?
You wiggle, please. Okay. Hello, guys. Here's your arm wiggle.
They want,
Yeah, they asked me for it.
yeah, you gotta go like this. Ready, set, ease. No diggity. Oh, God. You guys are so old school with that second wife crap. He can't arm wiggle when he has no arm pad. Yeah, you need arm pad to arm wiggle. That's why I would always do it. No, you shouldn't change for anyone. You should change for yourself.
And Foodie just completely ignores that super chat. Do you guys see it? It says, "Can we get a kiss in the privacy of your home?" She's not reading that out loud for Salah. She's not even trying. And yet, when she was with Natter and somebody wanted them to kiss and they paid for Natter to kiss her, Natter did kiss her on the cheek, then he wiped his mouth, but she's not even approaching the subject with Salah, and so Salah's supposed to be her husband. Isn't that weird?
You should respect yourself enough to change for yourself. No, is this their wives? No. Only in Iran and Afghanistan are women forced to cover their head, yeah. Learning to be fearless to sending us an $800 candle. Wendy, I'm very happy for you. You deserve happiness, and it looks like you're very happy. Ignore the noise.
I'm sorry, I disagree. That is a great, hold on. Y'all give me a minute. That is a great face. Foodie, you're looking good, girl. That's going to be my thumbnail. Y'all hold on. That's a great freeze frame. I got to capture it while it's still there. Yeah, that's going to be my thumbnail. Thank you so much, Foodie. What an unexpected, happy surprise. All right, let's keep going. But going back to what I was saying, because I got off track. I'm sorry, she's not beaming with happiness. She's not glowing. She's a new bride. Shouldn't she be glowing? She's not glowing. She's not glowing. She's not face. I just want to leave it there.
It is noise, Wendy, and it's annoying. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Well, it's noise you go looking for. Stay off the reaction channel, stay out of their chat, stay out of their comment sections, and you wouldn't hear any noise. You shouldn't anyway. You're spending time with Salah. What are you doing running around on YouTube, checking out the channels? Mind your business.
Down Under, hi! Oh my god, I freaking missed you guys.
Basically, nobody care about the haters because everybody have the haters.
Yeah.
So nobody cares about the haters, huh, Salah? Then tell your wife or your pretend wife, whichever the case may be, to stop spending all of her time running around on YouTube bothering everybody. How about that?
That's pretty much like the attitude like of most people. Like let's say you're popular and Trixie, Salah, how are you finding all this online presence in YouTube? Oh my god.
Perfect.
You don't mind, eh? He's pretty easygoing.
Mm.
Nina, oh so Salah is fine. Stay away, Nina. I'm just joking.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. Rad Mom 90. I'm so happy you're happy. You guys make a great couple. Thank you. Kiss. No. We have to be very modest with that. We want a beautiful. It's not like Canada, guys. There's different rules. There's different ways of doing things. Yeah. It's Chantal's choice, yeah. Yeah. I haven't most women wear abaya here, I'd say. There's a few hair uncovered, but mostly they wear abaya. My shirt's matching with my tattoo. What? Oh. How long do you plan on staying in Kuwait? A little while. Aleppo soap.
I'm telling you, something tells me that Chantal will be back in a few weeks because she cannot afford to stay over there for 3 months. She won't be making enough money. She'll have to come home sooner than the 3 months because every day that she's over there, she's losing money because she used to do live stream after live stream after live stream. That's where the bulk of her money came from. So how is she going to go from like constant live streams every day to doing a live stream every other day, maybe? And the little bit that she earns, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough at all.
And rose water. Have you used that?
Mm.
On top of that, I don't think Chantal could deal with being in that environment where she cannot do her edibles and so forth for 3 months. I don't think she has that kind of willpower. She's already miserable and raging, and it's not even been 2 weeks.
Have you ever used Aleppo soap? Turkish coffee? My boyfriend is Muslim.
Can I just say something, Chantal? If this was the plan, if this was the plan to do the couples thing with Salah and do live streams with Salah, and if the plan was to do couple streams with him and make the big money, I'm being honest here. I'm not being catty. This is boring as hell. It's boring, and we can clearly see that you are not being who you really are. You don't seem comfortable and relaxed. You're putting on a persona that is not you, and sooner or later, the real you is going to want to come raging out and do its thing. But if this is your idea to grow your channel, it's going to bury it instead.
Grew up in the West.
You know, the two of you do not have good presence together. You're not entertaining on camera together. He is so checked out right now. He's not even trying to make an interesting conversation with you. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there doing his own thing. So he's sitting there, but he's not adding to the stream. Boring.
The most we will do is hold hands in public. Yeah. Yeah, we do. I look like Diglett Pokemon.
Pokemon? Which one?
Diglett. They say I look like Diglett.
Diglett? No, it's not true.
Aw. Everyone thinks me. I love Missy Moo for being weird. I love my Mr. Moo, but hello, Salah is a snack. Chantal, beware of SJ was caught saying that his
Snorlax.
Snorlax. Remember I said that when you were showing me your Pokemon Go people? I said,
Yeah,
people say I look like a Snorlax.
the lazy one.
Ouch. The lazy one.
But actually, you are not lazy.
No?
Yeah.
Aw,
He's lying. You just said that to get paid, Salah.
cute. I haven't been lazy since being here, huh?
Mm.
Yeah. Thinking about it. So, you can beat gain weight here, and there's malls, there's like so much food. There's like these little carts. There's some.
You know, I'm just going to say it. Didn't you just say a little while ago that you are not an addict anymore? You just said that. You said, I'm not an addict anymore, Chantal. You're still an addict. You still have your addictions. You never went to counseling. You never went to therapy for any of your addictions. You never got a psychiatrist to talk to you. Your addictions are still very much in place. It's just that you don't have access to a lot of the things that you're addicted to, and because you're cut off, you can't do them. Now, if you were in Canada and you had access to those things and you weren't doing them, then it might be a different story. Then I would say, yes, you've got some self-control. But you're still a food addict. That addiction is still going. Because you've been in Kuwait for what, a week, 5 days? And all you talk about is food. And all you're doing on live streaming and videos is eating. So at least one of your addictions is still active, and the other ones would still be active too if you had access to all the other things you normally do. I'm not addicted anymore, my ass. Please.
Something called Lulu. Lulu is an ice cream here. There's little ice cream carts out of like every store, outside of every store. And they sell these ice creams that have like Nutella in the center. Oh,
What does Salah think of all this? This is his bride, and all she talks about is freaking food. Like, that's the topic of conversation, food and more food and more food, and talking about this fast food restaurant. What does he think of all this? Like, constantly talking about freaking food. It's got to get on his nerves. You got to know it gets on his nerves.
oh my god, like it's easy to get fat here, I'm sure. St. Beezer, welcome to Mary More Beezer's Ridge. And this abaya is a new abaya. I'll show you guys. So I was worried about like plus sizes, but
It's a wisdom. Nice.
thank you. Right?
Yeah. Because we are like when we treat someone, we look for the behaviors, his heart or her heart, not about the shape of him, his color, maybe his religion.
Or how dirty their room was 5 years ago, or how dirty, whatever, you know, like things that are just not important.
Just be creative, be
The cat.
respectful. That's it.
No.
Oh, they are here. They hear the cat. Tracy, she said I am 5.11 inch. I don't know about inches. What centimeters will be?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Just write in the centimeters so we understand this.
Very endearing to each other, calling each other honey and baby, and like I don't know. We don't have to like be like private and make it on camera to show that we love each other. That's just not how people do things here. People are just very conservative and respectful and different. I know it's like different for you guys. Do you pick up your own ring? We went together. We did it together. Like picked out our rings together.
Yes.
Hi, AMC.
Is she
Yes,
blocking
I
right
have.
now?
Met Salah's family friend.
She looks like she's blocking somebody.
PDA can be gross. Yeah, it's honestly even regard like I always get annoyed when I see people doing that. Like get a room or whatever.
Oh my God, really? You don't get annoyed. You were always wanting Natter to show you affection on camera. What do you mean? Now because Salah is there, you're saying, I get annoyed by it. Chantal, if Natter had given you affection in public, you would have jumped out of your shoes. You wanted someone to claim you and be affectionate with you. It's just that Salah's different. And now you're, who are you? Who are you right now? This is not the real Chantal. This is the Chantal that you think Salah wants you to be. You're trying to be his ultimate woman. Guess what? He don't care about you. He don't love you. Anybody looking at the two of you can see it. And maybe you can see it, but you're ignoring it because you want to be with him anyway, because you've got that 16-year-old mentality of he's so hot and that's all that matters. Well, that's not all that matters when it comes to marriage, but you'll find that out later.
Yeah. Yes, Tracy. So yes, I do rage, but I feel like I have reasons sometimes. Like, I don't know. It's just off.
No, you don't. You don't have a reason. Stay away from the reaction channels and let them just react to your videos and you wouldn't be angry. You make yourself mad by going where you're not invited. Stop doing that.
Obvious, like with FFG, it's obvious she's so bothered and like, people like her, like, or them, like, just like, when they see you start to be happy and do better in life, they want to rub it in your face, like, you're not, no, we're going to remind you of your past. We're going to remind you of this. It doesn't matter.
It was a retro react. A lot of people do retro reacts. What's the problem? Why are you so bothered with her doing a retro react? Why were you even in her room anyway? Nobody invited you.
Right?
Nosy.
Yes. Because everybody in the world, they have a bad past, and they just try to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
I have to wonder if she spun this lie to Salah, that everything that happened on video happened years ago. No, Salah. You should have seen her like a month ago. You would have been horrified. Is that what's going on? She's been telling you, oh, I acted that way years ago. No, dude. This was like a month ago that she was sitting on camera in her bra, sitting in her filthy, disgusting room. It was just a month ago. Are you trying to tell us that a person can go from all of that to this in a month? Does that even sound logical? No, she hasn't changed. She's just dressing differently, with the person underneath is exactly the same as it was a month ago.
Everyone deserves another chance at that. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, I've done a lot of dumb things with my life, and I've been irresponsible, but I don't have a criminal record, and I've never heard it.
You don't have a criminal record, but it's not because you haven't ever done anything criminal. It's just that you never got caught.
Anybody. Like, I've never, yeah.
Yeah.
Faith! Oh my god, Faith, hi! Welcome back! Ready to babies! Do you play soccer?
Yes.
Yes, Ted.
especially in the school before. Every day.
First, it was like, what, $30,000, 60. Quinn, go away. Just get blocked, yeah. Salah is Hottie McHottie. Have you? Yes, hatching baby bees there. I have met some. No one blocks Quinn. You were super brave. I've never even been on a plane and flew all the way to. People want to bring you down is gross.
Thank you, Harvey.
Thank you, eating with a K. Thank you.
Thank you, eating with.
Yeah, we've been playing Atari games in there. Golden Girl, we all have one life to live. Have fun and be. Thank you, Golden Girl. Thanks for being here for so long. Ready, Sherry B? Salah, you were good.
Carolina, I wanted to hate Salah, but on yesterday's vlog, I noticed that how gentlemanly like he was with you and
Constantly trying to bring you down over dumb stuff. You know? I want to make you insecure to feel like you're not good enough to go through with these changes. You know what I mean? And sometimes I do wonder, like, sometimes I would have a bit of insecurity about it. And it's like, no, don't be like that. Like, you know, like Salah was actually like my rock in that situation. He was always like, don't listen to them, don't listen to them, don't listen to them. Fupa! Hey, my eternal friends. Salah, good advice. Yes, Fupa. I miss you. Congratulations on winning.
You know what I hope? I hope that Salah pulls a Chantal. You know how she's always saying, I don't lie, I just changed my mind. And I hope that Salah does that to her. Oh, I said I want to be married, but I'm changing my mind now. He pulls a Chantal and says, I never lied to you, I just changed my mind.
Miss you, Peter. Thank you. Ready, set, beat. Yeah, ignore them. You are allowed to change 100 times a year if you want. Yes. Self is fine.
Fuga Prince, can she change the picture?
Oh yeah, Fuga Princess, do you mind changing the picture to something more covered, please? Thank you.
So here's Salah. This is not his channel. And he's the only mod, I guess. And he's ordering people to change out pictures just because they're showing pictures of Chantal where her head was not covered. Salah, who do you think you are? You can't tell the VIBs what to do and what pictures to have, and what does it matter if her head is uncovered? That's their profile picture. Whose channel is this? This is not your channel, sir. Back off. But Chantal's going to let him get away with it and tell her VIBs what to do, even though it's her channel. She's the one making money here, not him. You know, he's just taking control and, oh, I don't like that picture, change it. So, you know, it's little things like this are pointing that Salah isn't quite the nice guy that people thought he was in the beginning. Like I said, he's just being more subtle about who he is.
I'm trying to keep my body offline now, as you all can appreciate, I hope. Boom, boom. You're gonna kick Peetz to the curb because me. Okay, so here's the thing. At the end of the day, you are human and have feelings. People can be cruel. Yes, Faith. I say Aisha.
It's only Aisha.
Aisha. Okay, now I know. Aisha.
Oh, did I miss it? Hold on.
Rosetta Stoned. Or covered, please. Thank you.
I think this is the part where they talk
I'm
about
trying
Peetz.
to keep my body offline now, as you all can appreciate, I hope.
This is the part that I was waiting for.
Boom, boom. You're gonna kick Peetz to the curb because me. Okay, so here's the thing.
Here it is. Here it
At the
is.
end of the day, you are human and have feelings. People can be cruel. Yes, Faith.
So this is the part where she talks about Peetz. This is the part that I was really waiting for. I was hoping that I would get past it.
So here's the thing. Yeah. So here's the thing with that. Like, Peetz is a friend. It was never my intention, and he's aware of this, to ever live with him ongoing. Like, to never my priorities in life have changed, like to the point where I found love. I'm married. I want to have a family. I want to do different things with my life. So yes, it's not about being mean. It's not about being a bad friend. It's not about that at all.
How much y'all want to bet that she did not tell Peetz all this before she left? That before she left, she told Peetz, oh, this is all just another story arc. This is all fake. I'm just going to go and pretend to be married to this person. Everything's fine. You still have a place to live. The cats are fine too. How much y'all want to bet she did that? How much you want to bet? Because Peetz did a live tonight and he found out about this through other people. Imagine that. You got a friend of 17 years that you live with, that's your roommate, that they don't even have the common courtesy to make a phone call and tell you things. They're going to say things in a live stream in front of other people, and then other people, strangers, have to let you know. I don't think she told Peetz. I don't think she told him, hey, when I come back, you can't be here. And Peetz's name is on the lease of the villa. So if Chantal is over there thinking that she's going to come home and insist for Peetz to move out, if I were Peetz, I would tell her to kick rocks. That she's married now, that she and her husband need to find a place to live. Because you can't just put your name on a lease and then have other people move it into your place. It has to be a brand new lease with their names on the lease. And Chantal's credit is in the toilet. It was in the toilet when they first moved into the villa. That's why Peetz's name was on the lease and not hers. She used his credit and his name to get into the place. And now that she's got somebody, she's trying to boot him out into the street. Peetz, if you got any kind of sense over there, bro, now is the time to sit down and say, you know what? I got nothing to lose. Sit down and do a series of tea videos. You've got 17 years worth of dirt on this woman. And she has cheated on you. And she left you in financial debt. She emotionally and mentally broke you. She sucked you into her world. And then once she took everything she could from you, she's going to try and leave you high and dry. It's time to sit down and just burn the whole thing down. Burn it all to the ground, brother. Sit down and make a whole bunch of tea videos. Because whereas you care about loyalty and friendship, she doesn't. She was with you in a relationship. You guys were engaged. She cheated on you. And even while she was cheating on you, she was still taking money from you while she was with BB. And then she moved in with you. She used your name to get into the place and used your credit. And put you in a place where you couldn't even get therapy because she charged up all your credit cards. And now she wants you to move out of the place and just give it to her and Salah. Oh, no. No, sit down and do those tea videos, Peetz. Because I guarantee you, if you do, you'll make a whole shit ton of money. And you'll set yourself up nicely for quite a while. Since she's not a loyal person, she doesn't care about friendship. She used you within an inch of her life. It's time to pay her back. Let her have it.
Seeing your wedding out lately. Maybe. Pizza's not Chantal's husband. Yes. Yeah, I'm not responsible for everyone's responsible for themselves, and life changes, circumstances change, and I can assure
you. And I'm just going to say this. Chantal's right. It is not her responsibility to take care of Peetz for life. He's a grown man. He's got to do for himself. It is not her responsibility to attach him to her hip and carry him around and take care of him forever. And it would be extremely beneficial for Peetz to be away from Chantal, because I think they back each other up in the worst ways. They make each other codependent on each other. They become each other's crutches. I think Peetz would benefit greatly from being out on his own, doing for himself, being more independent, maybe getting some exposure therapy to where he could be around people and not feel awkward, maybe learn to talk to people. I think it would be very healthy for him. But Chantal could have gone about things a different way. Knowing how Peetz is, knowing that she wants to be with somebody else, that's the ultimate goal, to find somebody else. She could have done things long ago to get him out of his shell, to encourage him to be more independent. But she configured things to where he would be dependent on her. She liked having that power and control over him. And once she got it, she abused it. She used him within an inch of his life. And now that she's done with him, now she's going to throw him away. Because that's what Chantal does. And she's over there saying in her community post that her karma is clean, that she's a good person. What good person acts this way? Nobody. Nobody. A true narcissist always thinks they're in the right and they do no wrong. And Chantal is a narcissist. But she's done plenty of wrong.
For you, everyone is doing fine, you know. A married woman should be living with their ex. Doesn't make her a bad friend. Exactly.
Now you're just a bad person, period.
Things have changed. Hi, Brooke. Rosetta Stone. Welcome from Peetz Drinks to Peace. It's time for Peetz. Yes.
Yes, exactly, Aisha. Very good answer.
You know, I think this thing with her wanting to be away from Peetz, it started all the way back with Natter. Y'all remember all the times she talked about moving out with Natter? Like she would get on live stream and talk about it would be healthier for Peetz to be by himself. Yeah. Yeah, she did that. Like she's been wanting to be away from Peetz for a while. It's just that she couldn't find a way to get away from him. And I think she finally found a way to kind of get him away from her. She used him for everything she could use him for. He's got nothing left. So it's time to move on to bigger and better things.
Yes, Aisha's answer, yes.
Because it's logical things. No need to ask that question.
Yeah.
How a married wife talk with ex-boyfriend doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, like, Peetz has been my friend for many, many, many years, so it's a different situation, and Salah's understanding of that.
We all have friends.
Yeah.
Only with full respect.
You know what I hope, y'all? I hope that Salah leaves her in the dust and he bleeds her dry. I hope that it takes a while, but I hope he bleeds her dry and he makes her miserable. For all the misery she's given people, I wish that for her. And I hope that when that happens, Peetz is on his own, he's independent. And if Chantal tries to grab at Peetz and say, help me or be with me again, be my friend, move in with me, he looks at her and says, no, you've already hurt me and used me twice. I want nothing to do with you. Goodbye. And she finds herself utterly alone because, to be honest, that's what she deserves. She deserves to be utterly alone with no one or nothing to help her or be a friend or be there for her.
Yeah, exactly. So, how do you say that, Aisha?
Aisha.
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 Oh.
Some people they say Aisha, not Aisha.
I say Aisha.
It's only Aisha.
Aisha. Okay, now I know. Aisha.
She's answered smartly, by the way.
Yes. I think she understands.
Do y'all see the body language here? And this was going on the whole live stream. Look at her and look at him. She got her face in the camera. What's Salah doing? He's on his phone. He's leaned back against the couch, looking at his phone. He's not even physically close to Chantal. He's keeping his distance away from her. And that's a theme that I've noticed with all of the videos they do together. He keeps his distance away from her. Like he wants nothing to do with her. He's off in his own world. much the way that Nader did when he did streams with Chantal. He would be on his phone facing away from her. I remember that clearly. Some things change and sometimes they stay the same. You know?
Understands too.
Yeah.
Yeah. How Salah would feel as a husband. I think if Peetz is really Chantal, yes, Peetz is fine with it. He's not complaining. He's fully aware of it. He's not, nothing drama here. Quinn, that's also not your business. Like, this is what I mean by things that are changing. Like, people knowing about my personal financial business and everything, like who pays what in the household, that's all no one's business. It's never been anyone's business. I didn't mind sharing that for a long time, or maybe I just didn't realize how it would negatively impact me in the future, but definitely not.
You know what, Chantal, and you didn't care. Every detail of your life, you monetized everything. Anything, every topic, every gross detail, you didn't mind sharing it because you were making money off of it. You shared absolutely everything that you could to the point where you ran out of things to share. You showed us every part of your body that you could show, and you didn't mind that either. And now this whole new arc is about doing something completely different. Because once you've done and shown every extreme thing you can, where do you go from there? There's nowhere to go. So you have to go the opposite way.
A smart thing to do. I don't think. Yeah. I've been married a long time and I never discussed my sex life, finances, or troubles. Exactly, golden girl. In a respect, when you're trying to have a relationship, it's just.
So here's Fupa Princess. This is the one she's saying, did you seriously just block me? I was about to change the picture. I can see we are in a communist society now. Thank you, Chantal. Have a good life. So this person had a picture of Chantal. Salah and Chantal didn't like it. They said change the picture. They really didn't give her time to change the picture, and she got blocked, and she's very upset.
It's respectful to the other person not to discuss those things, you know? I mean, have to go all the way to like California or something. So now I can just eat it here.
It's gonna be a nice motivation for you.
He's doing the eyebrow thing?
What? Oh, this one?
Oh, you're so. Poncho.
Okay, you know what, guys? We're at an hour. There's really not a whole lot of, interest here. She's not going to rage. Salah's right there. She's going to do all of her raging on her community post so she doesn't get in trouble with Salah. So we'll just end it here. Because I would like to cover Peetz's live stream, his thoughts on what Chantal just revealed about him. So thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And please have a wonderful night. Take care. Bye-bye.